Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Chuck and Lisa show in our living room. Everybody say hi, Lisa.
Hi, Lisa.
Oh, Dershie, your voice sounds rough, buddy. Hi, Dershie. How are you doing, my brother?
Better than I deserve to be, but you knew that already, Chuck.
I'm glad you are better than you deserve to be today, because you've had a rough go of it. Before we talk about any of that, first of all, Mr. Dershie, tell people where to find us.
Well, you can always find Chuck and Lisa behind the microphones every Wednesday at 9:30-ish. If my computer gets up. And if you want to join in, it's about to come on the screen. They can find you at 201-439-8092. We hope you join in. Give us some of your opinions. Also, the show ID you'll need when you call, 820-07366. It's posted in the chat room. It's on your screen right now. And
you're brilliant.
It's also on my Facebook page for all of my 7 friends.
Ooh! All your 7 friends. You got 7 friends?
I don't have 7 friends.
You have 700 friends.
No, I have no friends.
Oh, that's only because you don't like people, but people like you nonetheless.
Okay, well then I have some friends.
There you go. There you go. Speaking of friends, my Dershie Meister, let's start with you. Where can you be found on the internet?
Well, there's a lot of places.
Or do you want to be found on the internet?
There's a lot of places you can find me, but it's behind a pay window, so you know what I'm saying.
Right.
Did you say we're in the Twitmas?
No, I said he's in the Witness
Protection. No, we're in the Twitmas.
Witness Protection
Program.
Okay.
One place you cannot find me is on Twitmo. Absolutely not there.
No,
not going to be there. Haven't been there since October, and I'm not
going to do it.
Wouldn't
be prudent. Can't do it. No, can't do it. Wouldn't be prudent.
People
can't go on Twitter. The Twitter thing is bad. Bad Twitter. Bad.
People can find me on Gab, USA.life, MeWe, and WG1WGA. All of those places I am Dersh or at Dersh, depending on whatever format they take. But that's where I'm at.
Okay.
And if you're looking at the screen, he's the half a person on the left. He's not the dog in the middle.
I'm not? What?
Which screen are we looking at?
What? I'm not?
Oh, there.
Right there.
Oh, the cute little dog.
I know.
No, why don't you just say he's not... Why don't you just say
he's not the cute one?
He's not the cute one, right?
Dershie, that was mean of her.
I'm kidding!
No!
That I agree with. All right.
Joke.
That's funny.
Chuck, let us know where you're at.
All right.
He's in his chair.
I am in my chair. I am in my command chair. I run a company, and I run my life from this chair. With exceptions, but not many.
Visits to the Wee Wee chat room.
Oh, good. Dershie's got it on the screen. Where's Chuck? I am on Gab, USA Life, MeWe, WG1, WGA. And my hashtag is @ChuckNellis, just as it used to be on Twitter when it was huge. And now it's gone. Jack doesn't love me, so Jack killed me off. And on Facebook, you can find me at chuck.nellis.7. And I really am happy to say that a whole lot of my friends, our friends, not yours, Lisa, they don't like you.
I don't have any friends, Chuck.
They like you, but not politically.
Well, good for them.
Yeah, I know. So a lot of my friends are showing up and follow me in all these places, and I'm referring them to the other places so that we can do what I always do, network. And I'll continue networking until I have as many followers as I had on Twitter. Twatter. Don't say twatter.
Don't say twatter.
Hello, this is Bunny. If you want to talk about a twatter. No. Lisa, where can we find you online?
Oh, not on my Facebook page because I have no friends.
Oh,
I'm kidding. It's a joke. But don't go there because
no, Lisa's
that's for my
Facebook,
friends.
Yeah, I always say friends, family, former schoolmates.
And plus, you wouldn't like it anyway.
Well, your friends would. There's a lot of your friends that listen.
My friends already know where I am.
The show that usually follows this, and probably won't for reasons we'll tell you later, and
leave me alone and stop pointing at me.
Not you.
I know where I am.
You're not on the right. You're left.
I'm talking about your.
When you left, we're right. That.
Right.
Right.
We can talk about that later. We're talking about where to find me.
I want to talk about me. I want to talk about number one. Oh my. What?
Okay. Right, Louise on Twitter. Go there if you're looking for Chuck. He's not there, but I can tell you where he is.
Chuck's not there.
I can tell you where he is.
There's a clue to my.
In a nice way.
And that's a clue to my next Twitter account if I ever make one.
Be quiet.
Go ahead.
I am on Vintage Velma on Facebook, but don't go there because I don't post anything there yet. I have a blog, louise.blog, on WordPress, but all you have to do is type in louise.blog. I write there. I write for the Ladies of Speed, where Bubba Wallace is my...
For 1 minute.
What?
Is that the ABC one?
Yeah, that's... Yeah,
you just wrote something in there.
I have not yet.
Oh.
I am a little bit behind. I have 2 to write.
No.
I have 2 to write.
Lisa,
I have 2 to write.
Miss Lisa will be bringing those to you soon because she's a good writer.
G for Georgia.
No.
And I have I cannot...
What about H for Holla?
No, we already did H. H was for Hillsborough. Remember we did them out of order?
Yep.
So I have G for Georgia, and then I have I for I
had... Put up the rabbit hole when I already took us off the rabbit hole.
We're not in the rabbit hole.
Okay.
We're talking about where I am.
I know, but I took you off telling you where you are. Go ahead, I'm just...
Barbie Forks. Anyway, we'll explain that later. Yes. So I is for I had a name for it yesterday, but I don't remember what it is. So that's not the name of the post. But
I like that name.
What?
I had a name for it yesterday.
I had a name for it yesterday. So I think that one was basically me being in Raleigh for the past.
And I got to tell you honestly, she's a good writer. I mean, really good writer. Except for
that one guy on Twitter who says I'm not.
Oh. If you don't have any critics, you haven't done anything.
Yeah, but that's the guy that was like not right in the head.
Yeah. Consider the source. Anyway, where else can they find you? Did you cover all that?
Ladies of Speed.
Ladiesofspeed.org. Yes. Bubba.
Go there if you're a NASCAR fan.
And a Bubba fan.
It's all... Well, I've only written the one article because, to be honest, it's really hard to write about Bubba right now unless you're being negative
Poor
Nancy.
Bubba.
So
you could write about all of his wrecks and last place finishes.
And the horrible equipment he's driving.
Right, and and I'll just throw this out there. I wish that I forgot the name of it.
Penske.
No. Darty.
Huh?
Darty. Brad Darty.
JT Jordy.
See, you forgot too.
JTG Doherty.
I wish that they would pick him up because they have some money this year, unlike Petty. Petty does not. But anyway, but I'm on ladiesofspeed.org. I'm on Louise.blog. I'm on Twitter as Louise, and I may be somewhere else in the future, and I'll let you know. I'm all over the place.
She's a time traveler too, Dershie.
I'm all over the place.
I knew she was an alien.
I'm an alien? You're an alien.
I'm an alien. Well, you're from a different place than I am. We're both aliens.
Is that like Chase from a different place?
Something like that, except Dawsonville's not from Awesomeville.
Oh, Awesome Bill from Dawsonville, and Chase is from the same place.
Right.
And we've been there. So that was cool.
That was good fun.
Okay. So now everybody knows where we are.
But we don't.
But we don't know where we are.
Now, we had a little bit of a concern lately here, and we weren't sure that Mr. Dershie was going to be with us this evening.
Well, don't say it like that.
Producing. Let me finish.
She's only mostly dead.
I'm mostly dead.
You're not right.
How are you, my friend? Tell us what happened if you wish.
Yeah. Actually, I'm doing great, Chuck. I feel real good. For those of you who are following or watching this later, I actually have a picture of the hospital that I was in on the screen.
Woo!
Cool! Dershie got sick.
Dershie got sick.
Florida Hospital in Orlando, and actually right across the street, if you look at the lower right-hand corner of the picture, you see a small building right behind it. That's the nursing school where my daughter is now
nice.
Senior. And
how cool!
Wasn't today like National Nurses something or other
awesome.
day?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
but,
every patient.
Yeah.
Hey, is that where you go if you get sick at Disney World?
No, Disney has their own hospital.
Really?
Is that where you go if you're sick of Disney World?
Yeah, definitely, absolutely, yes. Anyway, yeah, I was in the Hurt Locker there yesterday for a while. I had an issue with my insulin pump. One I had before, but not quite, not nearly as bad as this.
Did it throw a rod?
Yeah, it certainly did. Threw a lot more than that. But I was, my doctor told me to go to the emergency room, and I should have just stayed home, to be honest with you. The people there were great, but man, when I got to the emergency room, there was like 100 people in the emergency room.
Really? Even as sick as you were, though?
You know why? God. We could talk about that, but we won't, because we'll have a fight.
Well, the reason, unfortunately...
I didn't mean that. I didn't mean anything about any sort of alien-type people, just so you know.
Well, I was just going to say...
talking about people that don't have insurance.
90% of the people that were in the emergency room did not speak English.
Really?
Yeah.
And again, you're in Florida.
You cannot deny someone... You can't deny someone service in the emergency room.
Well, they actually have signs up of what they can and can't do. They can send you somewhere else, but not if you're having a baby.
Not in Florida. You can't. If they show up in the emergency room, they get treated there. Which
in North Carolina, it's like they can send you to a different hospital.
I don't like it when people come in with colds and the baby's sick and they show up in the emergency room.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
That's because they don't have insurance.
If you're in need, you need to
If you're in dire need,
yeah, you need to be treated.
Exactly.
But anyway,
right.
I was actually by the time they got to me, my blood sugar had gone up 200 points, and this was why I said if I went home, I probably wouldn't have been in bad a shape. But by the time they treated me and got me into a room, my blood sugar was extremely high in what they call the danger zone. And I had...
And how much of that was caused by the delay in getting you at least some orange juice?
Almost all of it was caused by the wait. I was not that bad when I showed up, but I was in the waiting room, the emergency room, waiting room for over 2 hours. Waiting to
get no good.
Are they out of orange juice in Florida?
Orange juice is...
Florida, breaking news. Florida no longer has orange juice.
Orange juice is actually the opposite of what I needed. If you have a very low blood sugar, low blood sugar is treated with orange juice. Yeah. No, it is. That's what I drink. When I have a very low blood sugar, orange juice, man, it turns me around in like 5 minutes. But
that's what my buddy David, who from high school, he has, and he said if I ever get groggy, just get me some orange juice.
Didn't you watch Steel Magnolias?
Oh, I saw that too. But I think, as a matter of fact, that's about the time that David told me about it.
Yeah, there you go.
But I
yes.
ended up once they got
Yours
me
was
in.
High?
They got me in. It was reaching 600. I was diagnosed.
Jeez. Holy crap!
I was diagnosed with DKT or DKA, which is diabetic ketoacidosis. Which is
ketoacidosis, yeah.
Which is an extremely dangerous thing. It can cause sudden heart attacks and do all kind of bad.
You're just too darn sweet, Dersh. That's what it was. He was too sweet.
That's what I've heard. But the individuals, once I was in the emergency room and got, started getting treated, the people at the hospital were fantastic. I have to give that to them. They were great. They were very friendly. They were attentive. They did a great job of explaining what was going on. I felt very safe, if you want to put it that way, once I was in.
Right.
But it was just the getting past the mob in the emergency room, which was really the only
problem.
It's a common problem everywhere.
No, it is everywhere. Well, there's a big time shortage in medical field, is there not?
That's not the issue.
Well, I know, but I mean, if we got more people, we need more medical people to serve them.
No, because say there's only 8. Wait, I'm making this up. But say there's only 8 rooms in the emergency room that you can be seen in. Mm-hmm. If you have 16 people working, that's not going to help. Yeah. You still only have 8 rooms.
That emergency room in this hospital has...
And 72 people out in the lobby. Yeah, you see what I mean?
Well, this one has 50 rooms in the emergency room alone.
Wow.
Right, I just made that number up. But you see what I'm saying? It's not a shortage.
But I'm saying...
It's not a shortage of
I was saying you're right, because there was 50 rooms, but like I said, there was 100 people in the lobby.
And the only reason you got in that one day, Chuck, is because
I'm special.
You were cheesing the nurses.
Oh yeah, I can flirt. Nobody can flirt like me.
But you know what? They cheesed you back. They cheesed you back because they told you that they put you in the special,
they were
expedited area
instead of the room of 50 people.
They just put you in a different room.
No, it's instead of the room of 50 people.
There weren't 50 people. There were 2 people in this room, and there were 2 people in that room. They just put you in a different room.
The big, huge room. There was a ton of people.
No, there weren't.
Yeah, there were.
You were delirious.
Maybe.
There were not 50 people in the other room.
All right, 20.
There was like 5.
No.
Yeah, next time I'm taking pictures.
He was seeing quadruple Lisa.
Wait, she says she's a time traveler. So go back and take a picture and come on back.
That. I didn't say that. Next time, maybe next time, how about don't stab yourself in the hand with a pair of scissors?
Oh yeah, we didn't cover that yet. I still can't feel my middle finger yet, Dershie. Anyway,
but I'm sure you can still give it.
Talking about you.
Well, look right now. Here's back at you.
I can do it, but I can't feel it.
He can do it, but he doesn't know that he's doing it.
Yeah, I had no doubt.
One of my favorite fingers is now numb. I hope the feeling someday comes back. Anyway. The hole in my hand's pretty much closed up, though.
I have to say, before we leave the subject real fast, I used the show as an excuse to get out of the hospital.
Oh, thanks.
Did ya?
Thanks.
No, I did, yeah. I was in IC because again what I had was very dangerous, and intensive care unit, and they were waiting to move me to a regular bed, but there weren't any, so I was there for like 3 hours, 4 hours. They kept saying, "Yeah, we're going to move you." There wasn't any. But when the doctor came in, I was like, what happened was just a fluke. I know what happened. I can fix it in the future. It's not going to happen again. I don't have a history.
How did they fix it?
Well, it took all night to just bring my blood sugar down with insulin. A lot of fluids, insulin, heart monitoring, checking blood sugar. So it literally took all night long. But my point was, I don't have a problem, and you're going to put me in a room for another day and take a space of someone who does have a problem.
Right.
And I'm like, you don't need to do that.
Right.
And I did. I said, besides, I really would like to get home because I produce a show that's a YouTube show, and and I enjoy doing it.
World famous.
World famous.
But yeah, it
is. We got friends in Europe. We got friends in
Israel.
Israel.
And Alicia.
And
I don't know where she's from. I forgot.
Down in the Caribbean.
Yeah, world famous.
And we've got somebody over in Australia I know that watches us.
Now I need to get my Polish relatives.
There's got to be somebody in Africa somewhere that listens too. So yes, I would say we cover the world.
We're world famous. But that's really cool, Josh, because somebody like my mother, who is not with us anymore, would have she actually would have entertained being in the hospital. She would have loved it. Yay, let me stay in the hospital even though I don't need to be here.
Oh,
there are people like that.
Like my mother.
Like your mother. Like my mother. Like your mother.
Like your mother.
I don't like
Don't be
mother.
Like your mother. Don't be like my mother. Ooh. That just scared me.
I can't be like your mother. I don't weigh 80 pounds.
That's true.
But anyway.
Hi,
Chuck's dad.
Thank you very much.
In case you're listening.
Hey, he might be listening. Hi, Dad.
But he's probably not. He's probably watching baseball or something.
He's been kind of checking us out. Yeah.
There's a hockey game tonight, by the way.
I started a fight and a hockey game broke out.
You could turn that on.
Okay.
I think it might be over. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know either. Stanley
I have not been a hockey fan for a number of years.
Well,
so, Mr. Dorsey, what I want to say is I'm very glad you're healthy. I'm very glad you used us as a way to bail out of the hospital.
Yay. Don't do it again.
Yeah, the device, whatever broke, is that fixed?
The pump.
Yeah, it's fine. It's actually what's called the inset. It's the part that it's like a little plastic syringe that goes into your body that delivers the insulin subcutaneously. That's what got messed up. It just wasn't.
He had a restrictor plate on his pump.
Exactly. That's what it was. That's what it was.
I know. See, I'm good at this.
Yeah, that's what exactly.
It wasn't a restrictor plate. It was a tapered spacer.
Yeah. So it just wasn't allowing the insulin to go through.
So go find out who won.
Oh, okay. All right.
No, Snoop Dogg and their
Snoop
pop
Dogg.
party.
Oh yeah, leave that on. That's
I love
funny.
that stoner show.
That's the funniest show.
Anyway, so good. You're healthy. You're the closest thing to a brother that I got walking around now. So I don't want you sick.
Amen.
Okay?
Yep.
Deal? Deal. All right, so let's talk about other stuff.
Speaking of restrictor plates.
Know what are they called now?
Tapered
spacers.
Which that kind of sounds dirty.
That sounds like a stoner.
Or something.
Dude, I'm a tapered spacer, man.
Or some sort of IKEA part. Insert a tapered spacer.
Well, actually, that's very likely that you would see that on an IKEA part.
Let's not ever do that, by the way.
What?
Put something together from IKEA, because apparently that's the leading cause of divorce.
Oh my gosh, you got no idea. Hey, listen.
And here's the thing:
if they offer a service I'm
fine with Chuck doing it.
If they offer a service to build it, pay for it. I don't care if it's twice as much as what the item is you bought.
Yeah.
Just pay to have the thing built.
Oh no, Mr. Chuck has to put it together all by himself and make me help.
And I rarely use the directions.
And he doesn't read the directions.
I don't need them.
Oh gosh.
I built so much
stuff
in my life.
Put together the cat tree.
Yeah.
That wasn't horrible.
That was easy.
The desk was a little hard.
Desk was a challenge a bit.
Yeah.
But we did it, and it only
you mostly did it because I wasn't here.
Well, the key thing is you hand me parts. Instead of me having to go find a part, the part's there, and it's like an assembly line.
So I'm just the robot. What is it? Rosie?
Rosie.
I'm Rosie.
Ooh, that's kind of cute.
Yeah. So, Talladega.
Speaking of spaced
Tapered
spacers.
Spacer.
Spacey. I'm Mr. Spacely.
That's Mr. Space. No, you're not.
Mr. Sprocket.
No.
Anyway, Talladega. Quite a race. First of all, what do you guys think of the new package? Close racing? Passing?
I loved it.
Hey, Dersh, it wasn't a short track.
I loved it.
Dershie
it was fantastic. If as long as it had, more than one turn, which short tracks have, I'm in love with it.
Short tracks have 4 turns.
No, they don't. It's just one turn. Trust me, one turn it goes around and around and around.
You need to come to the Roval. They have like 11-7 turns.
11-7.
I'd like to.
I can't wait.
That looked like fun last year.
It was fun.
All right,
except
so
I couldn't see half of it.
Did you guys both love the race?
Who, me?
I forgot to tell either of you the breaking NASCAR news.
What is that?
They went back to regular qualifying. Old day qualifying.
The
way it always...
Yeah, baby.
One lap on a mile or bigger
Just one
course. One lap single driver.
That's it.
Single driver. Everybody
they
one
can't
lap.
Keep
one
doing
lap.
It over.
On miles...
Spit it out.
On racetracks.
Use your big words, Chuck.
On racetracks, less than a mile.
Use your words, Truckee. Use your words.
So on the big tracks that Dershie likes, they only get 1 lap. But on the little tracks that I like, they get 2 laps because they're little.
They just decided to bail on the whole new thing.
Because that was dumb.
It was stupid.
It was the worst idea
since the beginning of NASCAR.
It was the worst idea in NASCAR history. I'm doing that. That test
ever.
Well, I don't know about
ever. No, it was. It was horrible.
Man.
Mm.
You got 20 minutes of
wait. Hey,
qualifying time.
The wing.
The what?
Oh, love
the rear wing.
The big wing?
Love the big wing.
You love the rear wing?
Love it.
Really?
Gorgeous.
I was so glad that stupid thing went away.
I love it, man. I want one for my truck.
Huge thing? The spoiler?
Like on your green car.
I don't have a green car.
The new one. The new Dale Jr. green Mountain Dew one you just got.
Yeah.
Has the wing on it.
It's a big spoiler.
No, it's not a spoiler.
It's
a wing.
Where is it?
It's on the shelf.
Oh, okay. Next Wee Wee chat room break, I'll go find it.
Anyway, to me that looks so ridiculous.
Oh, I loved it.
Cool.
I think it's really cool.
Well, yeah, funny.
But know what I like is that it created such a large clean air drafting window. These cars, and they actually had horsepower to take advantage of it. Loved it. That was fantastic.
Yeah. Well, I like the racing now. I'll tell you that. That huge spoiler they put on the back slowed those suckers down, and they had 100 extra horsepower anyway, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So 100 extra horsepower.
There's no such thing as extra horsepower. Ha!
Well, over last year,
extra money.
It was 100 horsepower more than what they had last year at Dega.
Right. So what they do is they had more power to get up and pass.
Correct.
Is what the horsepower did. But also didn't allow them to draft and bump draft and all the things that they used to do. I think it was great.
Slide job?
Slide job!
There's only one thing missing. We really didn't get the big one. We had a couple babies.
No, nobody got the big one. That was disappointing.
Didn't get the big one. I was waiting for the big one.
It did take out some really good drivers in that first one, though.
Kyle Larson sort of got a big one.
He did get a big one, didn't he? Woo!
People are making fun of Fox because they didn't.
They completely blew that.
Other people caught that, and none of the Fox cameras.
Have any people with phones posted
No, there were actually some camera people that got it.
Oh, really?
They just don't work for Fox.
That's funny. I'm going to go find that later. I mean, did they figure out how many how many rolls
I don't know.
there was?
I had to go to work
Had to be like 8 or 9.
I had to go to work this week, so I don't know.
It was a bunch. I tell you.
It was a lot.
Yeah.
And not only did he roll, but he went airborne, hit that safer barrier. And then started flipping.
Oh, yeah.
And NASCAR is investigating that.
He hit that sideways flying. I mean, talk about an offset. It's like one of those offset crashes they do for the test places with the big cement things. And that's exactly what he did into a safer barrier.
Yeah.
Both the car and the safer barrier survived, and the driver. So
that was fantastic.
The car didn't.
But if that was an old concrete wall to have, he'd be in big hurt right now.
He'd be dead.
He'd be in big hurt right now. Absolutely.
Flying sideways at the wall at that speed. Oof. Be like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
So anyway, so let's see. So Chase, what's his nickname?
Chase from the same place?
Chase from the same place. Elliot.
Yeah.
From Dawsonville, Georgia.
Awesomeville
from Dawson. That's Bill.
No, Awesomeville, we could call
Awesomeville, Georgia.
Yeah.
They could change the name, but I don't think they will.
It's not that awesome, but
we,
it's cute.
We went to that little restaurant,
which you can read about.
Yeah, it's in there.
I don't know if it's in my blog post or not. I think it's in my Facebook post. Well, I'll have to check.
Yeah, put it in a blog post. Put it in your G's, too.
Maybe. Or maybe I'll just link to it.
Yes.
Chuck, we got Jerry listening out there, and I'm trying to get him to call in.
Hi, Jerry.
Give his 2 cents on Dega. Give him some encouragement to call in right now.
Call in, Jerry.
Go on, Jerry.
Even though I beat you last week.
Oh, that'll get him calling.
Oh,
them's fighting words.
Oh, but I did.
Well, I was in second place
how old is his granddaughter now?
I was in second place until the last half lap, and 2 of my drivers crashed, hit each other.
Yeah.
Took Larson out.
I didn't have Larson, but I had DiBenedetto.
He had a good race.
I know, and then somebody.
Now
he's a Guido.
It's Dega.
Why is he a Guido now? Oh, that's his middle name.
Dega. Right. What can you do? You could be an innocent bystander, just da-da-da-da, and all of a sudden the car flies out of nowhere and hits it. That's Talladega.
Yeah.
So is Jerry going to call in now or somewhere later?
He says he's going to call in. He says he's going to call in. Let's get his 2 cents on that.
Before his granddaughter gets married.
Graduates.
No, he said graduates last week, so now she's getting married.
has their grandchildren.
Yeah. He's going to be a great grandpa by the time he calls in.
That's true.
All right, well, let's have a brief commercial from Black Rifle Coffee while we wait for Jerry to call in.
Yeah, do that. Isn't that good coffee?
It's all right.
Oh, Black Rifle.
No, I mean, I like it, and it tastes good.
And it gets your butt moving, doesn't it?
I personally probably don't need that.
Yeah, you talk a little bit too much in the. You talk in the morning like I talk at night. You're blah, 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 in the morning and you slow down.
Maybe I need White Rifle coffee. Make it chill. Just chill out.
You know what? Maybe you could design a brand for that with them.
Not White Rifle, like White.
No, White Rifle.
White Cloud. White Cloud. No, it's not.
Does White Cloud go with Black Rifle? White Rifle.
Well, yeah, but how would that calm you down?
How about White Bazooka?
That's what the nuns use, right? White rifles.
If it's designed for women, maybe it should be a White Bazooka.
White BB gun.
BB gun. You're silly. All right, let me go to something local here because it's yesterday news and it sucks. Yeah. This brave young man died taking the bullet to help save a whole bunch of kids at the University of North Carolina at Charlotte.
Where my daughter
went to school.
Yep.
2 years?
Honey.
I can't remember.
It's been a while. 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Anyway, the last place she attended college was UNC
yeah.
Charlotte. She liked it there.
Yeah, anyway, this kid apparently stood up in the middle of class or came in the door in the middle of class.
No, well, I think what happened was, he realized that there wasn't anything to be done, so he put himself in the middle.
He did what a hero does.
Took a bullet, yep.
He did whatever a hero does.
Yep.
So this guy either came into the class or was in the class and all of a sudden started shooting. And this kid came at him, and the guy shot him, and everyone else was able to get out because he took the bullet. And so it's really sad. But mental health. Again, we come back to the subject of mental health.
Yep.
Which is apparently optional.
Which is apparently something that should be, I'm not big government, but they made a big mistake by getting rid of state hospitals.
Well, not only that, but I mean, seriously, if you do have insurance, then your teeth, your mind, and your eyes are apparently not part of your body, and they're optional. I do not get that.
Everything's optional.
Oh, it's the expensive things. Your teeth, your eyes, and your mind. You don't need those, right?
I find my mind to be overrated.
We're all
Come on, guys. That was an opening.
We're all meth heads.
Hey, by the way, nobody's told me to shut up yet.
Shut up, Chuck.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, shut up, Chuck, so I can get Jerry in on the conversation. Here he comes.
Yeah, get in here. Is he called in yet?
Hey, Jerry, how you doing?
Anyway, hey, Jerry.
How about you guys?
Good.
Doing good.
I was at my granddaughter's graduation.
Yes.
Exactly.
That's awesome.
What's she gonna be, a doctor?
That was good. Good comeback.
Nice.
We know you're listening.
That's funny.
Oh, yeah.
So what are you up to, man?
So what is it, like only like 10 below zero there today?
No, I think today was probably around mid-50s, but it was raining.
Oh, nice. Nice.
That's not bad.
Nice.
Considering you live at the North Pole.
Positively balmy.
Right? Considering you live at the North Pole.
Yeah, it's pretty decent.
That's cool. So what's hunting season is it now? You always are on top of whatever hunting season it is.
Oh, nothing right now. Nothing's open right now. I'm just trying to get Neela trained
Wabbit
up.
season.
You're not supposed to kill things in the summer. That's when they're all mating.
In the spring, yeah.
Oh, so you let them mate and then kill them.
No, that's not right.
Yeah. Well, at least they got the mate. So, what's happening? You got any thoughts on the I can't freaking talk, on the race this week?
I beat you.
For this week, no.
Go ahead, you two battle it out.
No, I've got no thoughts either.
Lisa's been bragging that she beat you, dude.
Yeah, I think it means
Well, I
that
beat
I had a
everybody.
bad week.
Talladega
I beat
race,
everybody
Jerry.
except the person that I don't know who it is.
I don't know who that person
Who is
is,
that?
but yeah, it was a bad week. But what do you do?
But it was an okay race to watch, though.
Mm-hmm.
Jerry, so what do you think
think
about
of the new package?
Thanks. Ditto.
Jinx!
You
What do you
guys
think-
just
what do you
both
think,
wanted to
Jerry?
say package.
You're so bad, Lisa. You know what she said? Go ahead.
Jerry, what do you think?
Jerry!
So, how, you feeling pretty good, Dersh?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm
That's
good.
What do you think of the new NASCAR package?
What do you mean?
Well, the Aero package. Did you watch any of the race or no?
Yeah, but I haven't, this week I didn't have a lot of time to watch it. I had a lot of stuff going on at the same time, and just most of the day Saturday I was, in Wisconsin with Neela, and then we got home, and then we had a birthday party for my nephew, and so Sunday was pretty much trying to get housework
Little
done.
kids are better than NASCAR.
That's cool, man.
That's what I say.
That's really cool. Yep. Congratulations, Grandpa. You're a grandpa since we last had you on
By
there.
the way, I'm making that blanket anyway, even though you didn't tell me what colors.
Oh, yeah. What colors you
It
want?
doesn't matter, because I got that yarn that looks like pink
that's
camo.
true. It's going to look beautiful.
So you'll like
pink
it.
camo works, yeah, that's
Yeah,
good.
it's kind of like pink camo.
She's really good at that. You should see the one that she did before.
Oh, yeah. The one. I think I've made more than one.
Well, the one that I saw.
I know. This one I think I'm
thick
making.
thing.
This one was almost like a play mat by the time I
It
got
was.
done because the yarn's really, really thick.
It was really nice. Yep. So congratulations, Grandpa, and you can go back to talking to Dershie about his health if you wish.
So wait.
Jerry's
the one that plants all this stuff, right?
Yeah, Jerry's got the garden.
Yeah.
So you need to talk to him about garden stuff.
Well, except for the fact that I think we're in a little bit different of a planting zone.
Poor Dershie. He's just been not feeling well, and Jerry's trying to tell him, talk to him about it.
So talk to him now.
Go ahead.
I was just throwing that out there for, next week.
Okay. Well, we could do that all next year.
When I finally plow up the garden.
That's true. Right. You can teach you how to do the chopping up the ground.
No, anyway, I know how to do
Jerry, the floor is yours, sir.
No, I was just, I can't wait till we can start planting stuff.
Yeah.
See, I'm behind on the thing.
A couple weeks.
You guys are early and I'm late.
Is it early or is it late? I don't know.
He's early, I'm late. I should have already been doing stuff, but I can still do stuff.
Okay, good.
Oh yeah, you can.
Yeah, so let me just say this, Dershie, Jerry, and I said a lot of prayers for you, and we were worried about you.
I appreciate that, man. I love you, brothers, both of you guys, and at least two. But I know you guys are out there. You're on my side, and that really helps. It really does.
We got you 6.
Yeah, that was kind of scary.
Yep.
Yeah, that was pretty scary. Especially when you went radio silence on us for a while.
I was leave him alone. He's in the hospital.
Yeah, I was a little bit out of it for a while there. Didn't.
Whoa! We won. We won.
They don't let.
We won what?
3-0. The Canes are 3-0 over the Islanders.
That's the series.
Or
is it a best of 7?
It's best of 7.
All right, so
it's always best of 7, hockey boy.
Very good. Well.
So Dershie.
Oh my gosh, that was the funniest thing last week. Go ahead,
what?
Terry.
What did you say,
I was going to say, was that your ordeal? Was that like a stress-related deal?
No, it was a malfunction of the inset of my
Android system.
Yeah. It was, it was definitely a malfunction in the equipment that caused the problem.
His restrictor plate got clogged.
Yeah. We get a million jokes. We're just glad you're healthy.
Yeah.
Definitely. Definitely.
So yeah.
So am I.
Yep. Lisa's. What do you call that place?
The Wee Wee chat room.
The Wee Wee chat room. Lisa has to join to the Wee Wee chat room for a moment, so she's left the room to us boys.
Cool. While she's gone.
Yep. Go ahead, Dersh.
Why don't you fire up our next topic, which is the one that I can't believe of the week. Chuck ran a 5K. Shut my mouth, slap me in the face, and call me Uncle Sue. Unbelievable.
Okay, Uncle Sue. I can't believe I did it either. That was pretty cool. I thought I was gonna die. Turns out I have something that. Yeah, it's like 3 miles. I mean, when I was in the Navy, that was every morning. We did that every morning, and running at full pace. But just walking it at this pace.
Oh, are we on to the 5K?
Worked. Yes. Well, what? Not neuropia? What's that thing called?
Neuropathy.
Neuropathy.
I know. I knew what.
Apparently, I have neuropathy in my feet, so that when I hit my heels,
do too, Chuck.
Both hurt like hell. Huh?
Oh my gosh, yeah, I have it too. I've had it for years because of my diabetes. Yeah, and the people don't understand how much it hurts. It's really weird.
I did this 5K with it coming in and out.
And let it be known that I did not make you do it.
No.
I did not make you do it.
I made myself do this. It was as hard as boot camp on a different way.
You've actually signed up for a different one that you didn't show up for.
If the neuropathy would just go away or whatever.
Well, I could chop your feet off.
Well, no, we need to figure out a way to make it stop.
Well,
there is treatment for it now, Chuck.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, my endocrinologist that I go to, my internal medicine doctor, Dr. Victor Roberts, was actually written up in
Dr. Vinny Boombots.
He was written up in the medical journals because of his research that he's done on
that's cool,
restoring the nerves and reversing neuropathy.
Cool.
He has a big
what
study.
What the heck causes it?
It's a malfunctioning of the nerve endings is what happens. They get
right.
and they get dead.
Is it caused by the spine?
It's caused by a lot
of reasons. The spinal injuries is one. Just nerve damage, period, is another one.
Well, Nana had it, and everybody said, "Oh, you have to have diabetes to have neuropathy," and she didn't have it. No, she had neuropathy, but she didn't have diabetes.
Right.
It's more common.
And so people
were
like, "Well, I think she's."
Did she have back problems?
No, she didn't have back problems. That's what I'm saying. She didn't have back problems. She didn't have diabetes.
Yeah,
she did, however, have shingles.
Right.
At one time, and so I think that was a leftover thing from that.
Yeah, shingles is another example of neuropathy. It's a miscommunication in the nerve ends of the nerves, and that's what happens. And you don't have to have diabetes to have neuropathy, but more diabetics have neuropathy. I mean, most of the people who have neuropathy are diabetic. I don't know which way is the proper way of saying it, but it's absolutely no. You don't have to.
I immediately thought of Jackie Gleason's thing. What we have here is a failure to communicate, and that's how my brain feels about my body at the moment.
Well, I'm proud of you, Chuck. I ran a 0.5K about 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really was.
Your house to your car?
It's a 0.5K. They hold it in Castleberry, Florida, every year.
That's cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, and at the end, you get medals, you get a T-shirt, and all the beer you can drink. Yeah, all the beer you can drink.
Yeah, see, this one I didn't like because this is the first one I've done. You didn't even get a medal.
0.3 miles. I could do that.
No.
0.5K. So it's 500 kilometers, right?
Right, 300.3 miles.
It's not
that's
even
like
a stroll.
Walking back to your car after.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that's from your house to your car.
That's like walking to your car. That's funny. So I have a lot of suggestions for the one next year. No medal, and they didn't have. You couldn't pick up your stuff ahead of time. Like everybody showed up at the same time.
Right.
So, and they should. Oh, and we have a park now that has a track that's not uphill or downhill. It's fairly flat.
Yeah.
Maybe they should think about doing that next year.
Maybe.
Ooh, wait! I just elected myself in charge of the Mebane.
Go do it.
Thing.
I mean, we went through a beautiful neighborhood.
It really was. That we didn't even know.
Very, very, very hilly.
Right. Well, it was around a lake. So actually, if there weren't any hills, they'd probably be in trouble because there wouldn't be a lake, right?
Right. Honestly, this place. I mean, they picked like the.
It was the old school.
If you were on a motorcycle or a bicycle, it would be a lot of fun. But walking, you know how easy it is to go downhill? It's like 16 times harder going uphill, isn't it?
Well, if you're old and stuff like you.
I mean, if it's a steep hill, we had hit some pretty steep hills. Anyway, it was good fun. I'm glad I did it. I'm gonna do it again.
Yeah, we temporarily lost Jerry.
Oh no!
Jerry! I was like, where'd he go?
He had to go to his granddaughter's wedding.
Jerry, call back.
He said, yeah.
Did he?
Yeah. That's
funny. Are you guys texting? What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm texting him.
Cool.
That's funny.
I see.
Oh, look, it's about that time.
He's a good guy.
Call back.
No, it's about that time.
What's about that time?
It's about that time. What do you sing all the time, that stupid thing? It's about time.
It's about time. It's about space.
It's about time I slap your face. Yeah.
That's it. That's like from second grade.
It's about time. It's about what? It's the Out Lost in Space song, isn't it?
No, you're lost in space.
Hey, we got Jerry back. So
and I don't.
Welcome back, Jerry.
Yay!
Hello, Jerry.
Jerry.
Hi there.
We've got 2 callers in one day.
Wait, what? You can't count him twice.
I'm gonna.
We could it's like people that married the same woman twice and count them as two different wives.
We can do what we want. We can do what we want. It's our show.
There's no rules here, and nobody's paying us.
Right. Especially not Black Rifle. Now that I said it's okay.
Oh, I love their.
I know it was good. It was
actually
good.
One of my friends on Facebook just asked me what brand I like so good, and I told him.
Or well.
Black Rifle, yeah, Black Rifle Coffee rocks. So, Jerry, how's the great grandkids since you've been gone?
Great.
Like what? Great grandkids?
Great grandkids.
What are their names?
We had graduations, wedding. Now we got great grandkids. That's awesome. That's all while Jerry's waiting on hold.
How's Dr. Granddaughter doing?
Too funny.
You know who he sounds like sometimes?
Who?
Jerry.
Oh, you said that the other day.
Beavis or Butthead? I'm not sure.
No.
So you said somebody else sounded like. But he does too when he's laughing.
I know, but you said somebody else sounded like.
I know. I don't remember. I'm old.
What you doing?
Oh, that's true.
Wait, she's old? I know.
I'm old. Yep. But you're older.
But we're all old. I guess I'm the oldest among us, but...
No, anyway, let me see. I'm a year older than you are, dude.
Really?
Oh, right, you are.
You're the ultimate.
Wait, are you the big 60 yet, or coming up?
I'll be 60 in June.
Nice. You get extra senior discounts.
Yeah, I've already started them. I lie.
Oh, trust me. I've been making Chuck get them since he was 50.
I know she has. Her nickname for me is Coupon.
He's my coupon.
My name's Coupon.
Jerry's a spring chicken in this family, isn't he?
Yeah.
Well, what are you talking about? He's a great grandfather now.
I know.
Yeah, I'll be 49 soon.
Oh no!
Will you really? You are the baby.
I'm 49.
Yeah, I'm almost 10 years old. Well, I'm about 10 years older than you.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be
Yep.
I'll be an old fart.
You are an old fart, no matter what your age is, Chuck.
You are an old fart, right? You really are.
Thank you very much.
You are.
Alrighty, so let's see. So it's been a crazy week in the news.
Wait, so if I leave, can you be right?
Well, Chuck is right whether you're there or not.
Time. Well, yeah, he's not right. No.
Well, I'm always right.
No,
Chuck is always right, no matter what time of the day and night it is. No matter who's in the room and who's not.
I actually physically lean to the right.
He really
does. Can you believe that? When I stand or when I walk, I list
stand up
to
straight.
the right.
I know, and he kept hitting me with his hand when he was walking.
I can't help it.
I can't help it.
I can't help it.
it.
I am so conservative, I literally list to the right.
Yeah, that's a problem. There's cures for that, too.
Kind of like the chop off an inch of my left leg?
Well, then you'd be less left.
We could put you on a short pogo stick.
Oh, there's a plan.
We can put you on a short pogo stick, Chuck.
Something like that.
Put you on the short bus.
Put extra lead weights on the left side.
Or you could swallow them.
That would go down the middle.
Lead.
All right.
Poisoning.
You guys
That's not nice.
I know.
You guys finished with
your... So Jerry, let's ask Jerry a question.
Is it Jersey's bedtime yet?
Yeah.
No. Well, are you getting tired?
No, I'm not getting tired, but I don't want to be in your... I don't want to be right.
Well, I think Mr. Dershey was planning on resting tonight.
Good. You guys go to sleep,
next week.
And we'll do it next week, and Jerry will call back, and by that time, he'll have 17 more grandchildren.
Great-grandchildren.
Or great-grandchildren. He's repopulating the whole...
He'll be the best-looking 90-year-old you ever saw in your life.
No. I know.
The funny thing is they're all
we'll talk about gardening and crap.
Yeah.
What did you say?
You said they're all conservative.
Oh, well. I'm gonna put secret liberal dust on the baby blanket.
Voodoo Lisa. Voodoo doo-doo.
I'm just kidding. I don't even know what that is.
Chuck, Lisa, we cut you off. Did you guys finish your thought about the UNCC event?
Just that
we spent a lot of time there.
Yeah.
When my daughter went there, Lisa and I spent a lot of time down there.
That made me cry.
So we knew we know the campus very well, and we knew the area where he was, and
that kid was a hero.
And you hate seeing people, want to kill people. First of all, but then you hate having to see a hero have to give his life for his others. But
especially he's a baby practically.
Kid should have the hall named after him.
Something we don't know I mean, he was just a big, sweet.
Everybody loved him.
Happy, friendly, huge, lovable, hippie kid from Asheville.
Yeah.
Or Asheville area.
But a brave dude.
And he realized that he wasn't going to get out alive, so he just made sure that
everybody else
could. Yep.
Sort of like that woman at the synagogue shooting in California.
Did you hear about this?
And Flight 83.
Honey, the woman at the synagogue?
Yes.
Did you hear that her husband is a doctor
and was trying to,
he didn't know it was her at first.
Oh, really?
He was trying to resuscitate her and did not know it was her at first. And then when he realized it was her, he just collapsed.
Oh, he fainted.
He collapsed.
He did.
I heard he fainted.
Then their daughter came out to see her mom lying on the floor dead.
Yeah.
With dad laying on the floor, passed out.
Yeah, that's got to be horrible.
Oh, yeah. Terrible.
So,
I know. Those poor people. We didn't talk about that either.
Well, we've got next week. And guess what? Maybe there'll be another shooting next week. Yay!
Well, there will be.
The insanity has to stop, people.
They found a kid.
Go ahead, Lisa.
Oh, go ahead.
There will be what?
Oh, they found a kid tonight at Elon with a shotgun in his dorm room on campus. Like, he wasn't doing anything with it, but still. Okay, this isn't 1957. Why do you have a shotgun in your dorm room?
Well, obviously because other people are on campus wanting to do damage to other innocent people.
Well, yeah, but you can have a concealed carry without having to have a shotgun.
Well, not according to North Carolina, not according to Joe Biden.
Well, I am not a Joe Biden fan, so there you go. That's another story for another day.
So let's just you don't want two heroes in 1 week, though.
And by the way, let's talk about this next week.
Oh wait, who's the third one?
Third one, Glenn Beck's sister was at the Avengers Endgame movie, and right at the end, some kid in the front row stood up with a backpack, said he had a bomb.
Yeah.
And people panicked, and she was talking about it and said it was just people just turned into animals. They trampled kids. All they cared about was their own safety. But some guy in the audience who was law enforcement, I think, or some EMT or something like that, who had a gun with him. Went down and circled around while everybody was panicking, circled around behind the guy and told him he had a gun, put his hands up, and then told get on the ground.
Nice.
And another good guy with a gun stopped a bad guy.
So basically the guy with the backpack was an idiot. Just trying to cause trouble.
Aren't they all, though?
Most likely.
Yeah.
Most likely.
They're doing. They're crazies.
Apparently, the police said he didn't have a bomb, but he did have a gun in the backpack. But he didn't hurt anybody himself, but a bunch of people were injured trying to run out of the theater.
But still, you can't call... Yeah. Exactly, you can't call fire in a crowded theater.
Yep. Well, thank God for good guys with guns to counter a bad guy with a gun.
Unlike the bad guys with guns at Parkwood, who apparently decided they didn't have to help anybody.
Did you heard that ruling that the judge that said that those sheriffs did not do wrong by not engaging that idiot at Parkwood? Wow. The judge ruled this yesterday. I was mad as a hatter.
Isn't that
you guys heard about that, right?
Isn't that in their job title?
I know. To protect the peace, right?
Yeah. Right. That's why they have guns, and that's why they have that job. At least as far as I know.
I just don't. That one just dumbfounded me. I told Lisa about it. She went, "What?" Wow. I mean, that's common sense. If you're there to be an armed guard, you're there to use the arms.
That's what their job is.
Right? Exactly. By definition, armed guard.
Isn't that like the guy that runs the carnival ride and turns it on and all the kids fly out of it? Well, that's not my fault because I wasn't responsible.
That beer opening was brought to you by Yuengling. Have one today.
And later on, Yuengling will be sponsoring the Wee Wee chat room.
Oh man!
Did you hear about that cop in Minneapolis? Though?
No.
What? Oh, the one the bad cop.
Yeah, they got the bad cop.
Go ahead, you tell the story.
Which bad
cop?
You'll hear.
No, it was a bad cop. Was it in 2017? Some lady called the cops because she thought there was somebody being raped or something outside her house. And when they showed up, she went out to greet them, and the cop shot through the door and shot her.
Wow!
Right.
And he shot across. He was on the rider's side, and he shot through the driver's door.
Dang.
But yeah, he got.
What the heck?
Yeah, he was guilty, and now we have Black Lives Matter up here again because it's a black cop. So if it would have been a white cop, it wouldn't have happened.
No, for the white cop.
Hey, if you see him, if you see my buddy DeRay, tell him Chuck said hello.
Hey, can I be
or
excused?
Sean. Okay.
May I be excused?
Anyway,
I'm tapping out here.
All right, we went the wrong direction.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Are you done? I mean, we've gone an hour, right?
No, I'm good. But I mean, if you guys want to talk, but let Dershie go to bed, I think he should.
I don't know. Do you need to go to bed, Dersh?
Yeah, I think we can talk a few minutes. I'd like to chat, but not an hour like we did last time.
Lisa says bye.
Bye, Lisa.
I'm waving and flapping.
All right, everybody say bye, Lisa.
Bye, Lisa.
Bye, Lisa. We are now transit. Do you need to do anything technically?
Shut up, Chuck. How about that? Shut up. You shut up, Chuck.
You shut up.
Right.
No, you shut up, Chuck.
Dershie needs to switch to a third show now.
I know. Third show?
Yeah, we have an actual third show.
Oh, right.
For the other
this
show.
This is the Lisa left, so you can be right.
Yes. All right.
Yes.
Lisa left. I love that name. I don't agree with it, but I still made it up.
Love you, Lisa. Good night.
Love you guys. Bye.
Bye. Stand by, Chuck. Stand by, Jerry.
Bye. Show.
Hey, and Lisa left, so the rest of us going to be right. That's the show we are right now. Chuck is with us. Say hi, Chuck.
How you doing, brother?
And our brother from another
Great
mother,
to see you, man.
Jerry is with us. Say hi, Jerry.
Hi, Jerry.
That's your first official hello as a show.
Yeah.
Yay!
So
welcome, Jerry.
This is Lisa left the Chuck and Lisa show. So now everybody who remains is right, and that would be the case because all three of us are as far right as you could possibly get. Amen, brothers.
And I'm always right.
And Chuck is always right. Anyway, so what I was going to say to Lisa earlier, and I stepped back because I didn't want to start a war, political war. But when she talked about there being another shooting, I was going to say there definitely will be another shooting in Venezuela because the dictator, socialist dictator, took all the guns away from the people, and now only the military and the thugs have guns, and they're just killing people in the streets. Yay, socialism!
That happens every time. And when will people learn? I do think some on the left are starting to see the light in this. They're watching Venezuela and they're saying,
"How am I going to make this not so I can't hear you?"
Go to the trailer.
No, I need to plug them in.
She says to go to the trailer.
You go to the trailer, Dershie. You go to the trailer. I'm plugging the headphones in,
and I'm go get plugged in,
and I'm cranking up the music.
There you go.
Yeah, but seriously though, just what happened in Venezuela is a playbook for how to destroy a country with socialism. And it's just absolutely amazing to me how people voluntarily just vote these morons into dictatorships. It's incredible.
Yeah, people
he wasn't voted though.
Well, it was the first time.
It was the first time, right?
Yeah, he was voted in.
Yeah.
It started out as capitalism and, not really capitalism, but a lighter socialism.
Well,
and it got gradually worse.
Before Chavez, it was a capitalist country, and it was a very well-off capitalist country. They were the richest in South America. Oil. They had oil. They had all the resources. And, then they vote in Chavez, who ran the socialist playbook and took over communications, took over oil, took over everything, and of course, just like every socialist country, it turns into a dictatorship because once you run out of other people's money, the only way to keep people down is to extinguish them.
Right.
And that's what happened.
Yep. Mm-hmm. True. Well, hopefully a lot of people are learning it.
I don't know. The problem is when you look at some of these things. Louder with Crowder, I like his show. He did a survey. He had a man on the street kind of thing, and he went out to the universities, liberal universities, and did a survey and asked people what socialism was. And the number one answer, with about 55%, was, it's Facebook and Twitter and socializing with people. That was the number one.
Oh my God!
For what socialism is.
Dumbing down of America.
Oh, absolutely, Jerry. You got that right. And that's exactly right. The dumbing down of America.
School.
The education, and as a teacher, it's just a shame. What we've allowed the liberals to do to our education system.
Yep.
But
we let them have it for 60 years, and that's a big
exactly
mistake.
Right.
55 years. I know it's just ridiculous.
The good news
let's see.
They're starting to turn on themselves. They're starting to eat their own.
Yes,
which is great.
They are.
I know.
Yep. Well, and even the New York Times is being held to account, believe it or not. That thing about their Semitism.
Oh, that was
they're ridiculous. Even sending their people to sensitivity training now because there's no no place in the world for this. Well, it's gotta stop.
New York Times has been anti-Semitic since World War II. They were sympathetic to Hitler.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they were. Preach it, brother.
It's ridiculous, but when you got such massive ignorance in our universities from people who don't even have a clue what socialism is, and then you go to Google now. Google is as big a tyrant as they have out there. If you look up things like fascism, it says it's a right-wing policy or right wing, which it's everything but right wing. You can't name one right wing person, conservative, who believes in bigger government.
Right.
Fascists do. You can't name one that believes in taking away guns. Fascists do. You can't name one that believes in shouting down people and not letting them speak. Fascists do that. It's just moronic that people actually believe this stuff. Drives me crazy.
Oh, I know, it's scary.
Right.
It drives me crazy.
Let's see. Let me give you some breaking news.
Who broke
Nellie Orr has been referred to DOJ for criminal prosecution.
Yeah, I saw that earlier. That's great.
Awesome. Well, Barr said he was going to go after him.
Yeah. Did you see?
Well, then the entire Obama administration will go down.
Did you see that? What the liberals did to Barr in those hearings?
They tried.
I heard
Barr
about it.
Didn't have any. Barr just stuck up his hand and you ain't doing this.
They tried though. I mean, they are trying to destroy him because they know he's going after Hillary and
close the door.
Other idiots.
That doesn't work.
Right. Well, they want to make him look like a bad guy. So when they start going after everybody, they're doing it, for political reasons.
Correct.
And not,
what? Yeah.
That gal from Hawaii.
Oh my gosh.
That was
wow.
And then Graham called her out, which was perfect. Because what she did was just an attack.
Well, that's all they're all doing.
McCain's been gone. He's been,
Yeah. I mean, you're right, Jerry. I mean, McCain died, and Graham turned into our senator. I don't know how those two were connected, but he really has.
Umbilical cord?
Maybe. Shocking, though.
Mini-me. I used to remember that meme I used to use of Graham sitting on his lap being mini-me?
Yeah. I have a copy of that somewhere.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Oh, my.
Did you guys listen to that Biden speech the other day?
Oh my gosh, that was awful.
Oh, Matt?
That was just. I don't know. Did he have a stroke beforehand?
I know he was slurring his. He was either had a stroke or
he sounded horrible.
He was drunk, one or the other, Jerry, because he was slurring his words. He couldn't speak. It was horrible.
Nope.
Ooh.
What's up with the color of his skin? He was yellow.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be the yellow man versus the orange man in the next election. Yeah.
The battle of the pastel.
He looks jaundiced, doesn't he? I mean, you talk about somebody who has no energy and no thought. And then to come out and apologize to Anita Hill? Oh, come on, please. Apology needs to go to Clarence Thomas, not Anita Hill. It's just stunning.
Yeah, I mean, but listen to him talk. I was like, oh my God, what is wrong with you?
Yeah. It was.
Well, in a way, I kind of felt bad because it was that bad.
In his first two runs, he never got more than 1% of the vote. He dropped out in the first one because, he was plagiarizing everybody, and he dropped out in the second one in Iowa because he came in like 7th or 8th in a 10-person field. He's not a good candidate.
He's got a 30-person field.
Yeah. He's not a good candidate.
They don't have a good candidate.
No, they don't. That's true. They got nobody on that side.
They have not one. You're either a socialist or you're a moron.
Or both.
Right.
Or both, yeah. I mean,
Swalwell's a perfect example of that. He is a socialist moron. How can that guy sit up there and say, we're just going to take the guns from the people? We're just going to take them. He doesn't, obviously, he has no regard for the Constitution. And how can you put somebody in the White House that clearly has no regard for the Constitution? Yeah. And then, like we were just saying,
if you can get 2/3 of the Congress and then 75% of the states, go for it.
Yeah,
go ahead and take guns if you could do it that way.
Not going to happen
because you're never going to do it otherwise. They're never going to do it otherwise. they try to take our guns, they won't last long.
No.
There's a lot more of us than there are of them.
Well, that's right, and that's what's going on in Venezuela. You know that
they don't have the guns.
They don't have anything. They can't defend themselves, and even MSNBC had to admit today that what's going on in Venezuela is because of the people can't defend themselves.
Right.
And the good thing is, we had 400 million guns in this country, and first of all,
and that's why they want them gone, so they can have their way.
Exactly. But first of all, I just don't.
There you go.
Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, and there's no way that our military is going to turn on its own people.
Exactly. That's where I was going to, Jerry. You're and I in the same mind. They're not going to be able to do that. And
by the way, on that note, in Venezuela, just hold one sec. In Venezuela, the troops are now turning themselves into the foreign embassies. They're surrendering.
Right.
They don't want to be part of it.
Well,
go ahead.
Maduro, he now has Cuban guards because he doesn't trust his own troops. Right. The Russians are propping him up, and Cubans have sent their military over there to protect him. But
the Rasta squad.
Yeah, that I don't see how he stands up. But the problem is even if you get rid of him, that country is in such bad shape because of socialism. Where do you go from there? How do you fix that?
Right.
Man, it's a long, hard road.
Oh, it's a long road.
Yeah.
But it can be done.
It'll take a long time, but they do have a lot of oil, so that will be their benefit.
Well, they though? Because they sold all the rights to their oil to China. Maduro did.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, he did because he needed money.
Either they get that outlawed or they're screwed.
Yeah. Well, that's how
Maduro. They can nullify that.
Well, you would hope, but
yeah.
If China owns them the way China owns us, that's going to be tough to do too.
Yeah. Yep.
But it's just
so. Let's see. Ilhan. She was speaking on behalf of Muslims and Jews apparently today, saying that America is bad and Trump is horrible, and she hates Jews. She talks about it. She's an anti-Semite every single week, and now she's defending Jews. What? I mean, these people are on such shifting sand.
They're insane.
That they'll say anything, any day for any purpose.
Yeah,
and truth,
literally insane.
Accountability is like, no, it doesn't matter what I said.
Yeah, they're literally.
They just say it, yeah.
They really think that the people are with the kind of lunacy that they're spitting out there, especially the candidates for the Democratic presidential run. Most of the people.
Well, here's one that backs.
There, man. They're just not there.
I'm sorry.
I just say that most of the people aren't there. They're not ready for that kind of socialism.
Right.
No.
Exactly what we're talking about. Leftists in Seattle accuse Jews of weaponizing anti-Semitism to target blacks and Muslims. Who's getting killed throughout the world?
Right.
Is it Christians and Jews? It's them. It's us.
It's Christians,
not blacks and Muslims. We're not targeting anybody.
Nope. Absolutely not. Well, I told you that too. That the statistic from France, 1,700 attacks on on religious churches and people. Less than 100 were on Muslims. About 250 were on Jews and synagogues. The remainder were on Christians. No, Muslims are not the ones that are being attacked around the world. They're just not. But the truth is, where you have socialism, you have anti-Semitism. They go hand in hand. They have everywhere.
Right. Yep.
No doubt about
Every time.
No doubt about it.
It's time. I mean, we got to get a hold of this stuff. America's smarter than this, and Trump is a great friend of Israel, and he's doing his very best to stem that tide right now.
That's another joke where you get so many Democrats saying that Trump is anti-Semitic. We've never had a president that has done more for Israel than Donald J. Trump, and that's a fact.
It's true.
His
true.
His son-in-law is Jewish. His daughter's Jewish. His kids are being raised Jewish. And
Israel named a town for him.
Right.
I think it's a town, a whole town. Yeah. One of the new settlement areas is going to be called Trump, or something like that. It's amazing. They never did that for Reagan.
Yeah, no. And Reagan was a great friend of Israel too, but even Reagan hasn't done anything near what Trump has done for them.
Yeah. He hasn't gotten peace, of course, but he has also done the right thing and questioned the two-state solution anyway. I mean, Palestine was never a country. Why give them a country now? They don't act right. They don't act like,
Correct.
They don't act like they can deal with other people humanely.
Yeah, I was just looking up
in my humble opinion.
Netanyahu repaid Trump's by naming a new settlement in the Golan Heights, Trump Town.
Right.
Huh.
Isn't that cool?
That's very cool. I didn't know that until just now.
Yeah,
but he deserves it.
I heard that. I heard that a couple weeks ago. I was like, that makes sense.
He deserves it. He's done a lot of great things for Israel. He's been a great friend. Yep. And God says,
I'm a fan of Netanyahu.
I am too. But God says in His Word that those who bless my people, I'll bless, and those who curse my people, I'll curse. Which is one of the reasons why, really, in my opinion, it doesn't matter what Trump does, although I like most of what he's doing, it's going to be successful simply because of his stance, his pro-Israel stance. And God blesses those kind of things.
Yep.
It's fantastic.
I know. God knows we need it. We need something to change. There's a lot of change going on, speaking of that kind of change. A lot of states have limited when you can do abortions, too. Some states have all but outlawed them.
Yeah, we're getting more polarized there, too, though. We've got states who you can want to kill the baby even 5 minutes after it's born, up to,
hell, you kill it 10 years old.
Yeah. Up to states who are now, given the heartbeat. So it's being split, but as much as I'm against abortion because I think it's murder, I have to stand with the Constitution, and if they did this as a 10th Amendment thing and not an edict from the Supreme Court, then these people would have a leg to stand on. Because it should be a 10th Amendment issue. And if you don't like it, you don't like what New York's doing and New Jersey's doing, then you can leave. But when you create law like they did in Roe v. Wade, and it covers the entire country, where are you going to go? You got no place to go.
Right.
Same thing should be true for so many things. Drugs, another one. The federal government should have absolutely no place in issues like marijuana and drinking and things like that. It's not in the Constitution. It's not part of their purview. It should be a 10th Amendment issue. Education, it's the same thing. You can go on and on.
Yep.
I agree, yeah.
This clown on USA Life tried to call Cruz a traitor. Ted Cruz a traitor.
Ted Cruz is a traitor? That's funny.
Ted Cruz is a traitor. Said he was not a natural born citizen.
Oh my God, we've been over that and over that and over that.
I just said false. If you don't like Cruz, you'll dislike me later, and I unfollowed him. That's as simple as that.
I mean, how many times does the court have to rule on this subject before these bozos will listen? That is such a dead horse. It's not even funny. Beating a dead horse to death.
It is.
What an idiot.
Russia crap. Russia.
Yeah.
Oh, I told my wife that today when I got home that I really hope the liberals just continue to beat this Russia thing over and over, because when they're wasting time in these committees and doing this crap that's not going to get them anywhere, they're not destroying the country. So I'm all for it. Let them do it. And I think every single day they're losing votes.
Yeah, everybody's getting sick of it.
Yeah, they're definitely losing votes.
How stupid they are.
It's exactly right. Yeah. It's exactly right.
They're showing their stupidity. I mean, Christ's sake.
Happy 11/11. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I dropped that guy like a hot turd. Oh my God! Calling Ted Cruz a traitor. It's got to be the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life.
He could be a traitor, but on Wall Street, but he's definitely not a traitor.
Right.
I can see Ted Cruz being up on Wall Street and running a successful business, because that man is as smart as they get.
He's got everything you need to be a president. I hope he is the next one after Mr. Trump's done.
Well,
somebody was talking about that with me today. 2024. I look forward to 2024. Was that you, Dersh?
No. I'd like to make sure we get through 2020 without electing a Democrat. Let's worry about that one first.
That won't happen. They are so disheveled to be not disheveled. They're all confused. The infighting I hear is just incredible. The newbies, the new socialists versus the old guard, and the old guard is smashing them like to the pulp, and of course the new guard is saying such stupid things on their own. Yeah, I mean, between AOC and what's her face in Minnesota up there,
Omar,
and that one,
yeah,
and what's her face in California. Oh my God.
Well, Omar might be impeached before she makes it to the end of her term, because she is.
Hey, by the way, yeah, go ahead.
Well, she's been connected to terrorist groups and funding, and
that married her brother.
That woman is
that's what
bad news.
What it was, because wasn't Trump gonna put the Muslim Brotherhood or somebody on?
Yes, that's going to happen in the next couple days. That's going to severely hurt the Democrats.
Yeah, and she's just this is killing her, so she's opening up her mouth, and
she's fighting for her political life. Also, there's a lady there's a lady running against AOC already. She's already announced.
Yeah,
she's on Facebook.
I heard her.
She's a good one.
She was interviewed by Andrew Wilkow. She sounds very smart.
Yeah,
she's a Democrat.
No, she's Republican. She's one of my friends.
Well, I think AOC might get primaried because Nancy Pelosi's already had enough of her.
Oh yeah.
She may not make it to the next election.
That's good though.
Oh yeah, big time.
Maybe we get the House back.
All right, here's my executive call. Time to say goodnight, gentlemen. Dershie, you need to get rest. Lisa, she's about to kill me.
The life comes first.
So next week when we do this part, I'll just go out to the trailer.
Well, you'd have to move all your stuff. I think.
Well, that's not that hard though. It's a laptop and my headphones and microphone.
They send Lisa to the trailer.
It's just that I couldn't get my sound to work, so I kept having to hear you, and then I wanted to stab my own self.
Lisa needs to go to the trailer.
Stabbing herself, apparently. Lisa needs to go to the trailer, Dershie says.
Oh. Dershie needs to go to the trailer.
Dershie needs to. Well, say it right. Just say, shut up, Dershie.
Shut up, Dershie.
There you go.
You go to the trailer.
No, you go to the trailer. All right, well, that's your call, Chucky. And
I think we've yacked enough for tonight. We'll do more next week when you're feeling better. We don't need you back in the hospital.
Yeah, right. That'd be good.
Right, Jared?
Yep.
Exactly.
Well, we appreciate you always, Jerry. Love that you call in. I hope we get some more people to call in, like Mark. Maybe call into our show
Jerry's
on Tuesday.
Jerry's granddaughter gets elected to the Supreme Court.
Thanks a lot for your contributions, Jerry. We love you, brother. You know that a lot.
We love you.
You guys too.
You take it easy.
We'll talk to you, of course, offline. Good night, guys. I love you guys.
All right.
Hey, guys.
Good night. I'll talk to you in a second.
Bye.
Everybody, see ya.
Bye.